um,
Thank
Fabian is not here yet, yes, so he can also watch this later. I just can't get my. Here we go. Pie charts. All right, so the recording is on now. And just for the sake of the recording, I'm going to go back and share that you need to cut the hole out here with your X-Acto knife, just going around the side, and then you're going to tie the end of your shock cord on in about 3 to 4 knots would be good. Okay,
Okay, wait, so what do we do next? It took me longer than I thought to cut out that shape in the loop.
yeah. You take just a little bit of the end of your shock cord and you're gonna put it through the hole that you just cut and tie it 3 to 4 knots.
Okay.
After that, we're gonna work on our fins. So you'll need your sanding block and your sandpaper. Last week, I believe most of you had an opportunity to go around and make sure the little nibs that held these onto the larger piece of balsa, and you sanded it down. If not, put all 3 of them together so that they are facing the same way on top of each other. And you can just rub it across the sand block and smooth out the edges. And you go all the way around to each edge.
For all 3 of them?
Yes, you can do them all at the same time.
It rub them all on all the edges.
Yes, you
Okay.
just go around and you rub it across. You're just trying to make sure that they're smooth, that there are no little extra pieces hanging off. Again, you're doing this on your paper towel, your napkin, or whatever it is, so that it catches the dust. When I look at my fin, the actual like face of the fin, there's some rough edges and some pieces that are sticking up. I'm just, again, really lightly, just gonna kind of go through and see if I can get some of that to smooth out, so that when I do my paint job, it's gonna be smooth and not like grainy, like I dropped it in sand or something and you don't see the wood grain sticking out. But we're just gonna kind of lightly go over it. And we will use a primer too, so that's gonna help us, put on a coat and sand it off and give us a nice smooth finish. But try to see that you get a smooth finish on the top of your fins if it looks a little bumpy. Some of them are already okay. That one just had a little bit of the wood grain sticking up. This one too.
Coach, I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay, so after you've checked the condition of your fin, what you're gonna do next is take a look at your leading edge. Who remembers from the video, what's the leading edge of the fin? I see your hand up, Rashad. What's your leading edge?
The leading edge is this part.
And which part is that? The part that does what?
Part that when the rocket is being launched, the wind is being like forced and pushed back.
You got it. Absolutely. The leading edge is the part of the fin that's going to get the air first. Back here is your trailing edge. Your root edge is the part that touches the rocket. And my rocket. So the root edge is the part that has the tab on it. Okay. So in your
So you're saying the I didn't understand what you just said. I'm
The
so
non-
confused.
Okay, in your non-dominant hand, the hand that you don't use like to eat and to write, hold the tab in your hand. The tab that you're holding, that goes into the rocket slot. That's slotted.
Oh,
to-
okay, yeah, okay.
So this is your root edge. Okay, so holding it by the root edge, your trailing edge is this long top part. We are going to round those, the top part, and you'll need your sanding block for that. What you're trying to do, where it's squared now, we're gonna take that square off and round it out on both sides. So my suggestion is to do 15 rounding going this way, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Turn it around and do 15. That way I just kind of, I'm gonna count 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And I just do it like that because I'm trying to get it even. It needs to be symmetrical. And counting that way, just, I did 15 here, 15 here. I should be shaving off equal amounts on both sides. You can count to 4 and then turn it around, whatever number works for you. I just do 15. And you're going to do that until you get a nice rounded edge at the top. Okay. So if I hold up one that I did and one that I did it, oh man, oh, I can't get it in the camera. All right, hold on. Let me figure out how to put it in the camera so you can see. I don't know. Can you see it? The
No.
difference between the two on the camera?
I can't see they're both the same because it's so bright.
So light. Yeah, I have a better light. On this one, as opposed to this one, can you see the difference in one is flat and the other one is more rounded? I don't know if everybody's on mute or everybody's saying no or everybody's saying yes. I can't like hear anybody. Okay. I can see the difference.
I can't see the Zoom, but I can see them with my own.
Okay. Perfect. So you just kind of do that until you get a nice rounded edge. And you're going to do all 3 fins that same way, just the leading edge. Don't do your trailing edge. Don't do your tip cord. Just the leading edge on all 3. And you just kind of keep playing with it until you get it where you want it to be. And then all the little extra pieces that are hanging off, just kind of lightly knock those off until you can get it smooth.
Ah, don't you do that.
It's easier because you do it on the side as soon as possible, all the way up the thing, so it's easier to have the same paper cover the entirety of the thing you're doing it. And that way, instead of make our sections, the sections might be.
Okay, Coach Carice was giving a tip over here. Coach Carice, can you share that tip online?
Well, you have the thing, so you just.
Share the tip.
So when you're doing the motion for sanding, it may become easier to do that motion over the entire fin. That way you're able to, in a sense, cover it when you're doing it. Because if you do it by little, what you may run into is you may find that different parts of your fin are actually uneven. And so it's easier to do the entire motion over the entire fin to make it even as possible.
Okay, how's it looking? And then what you want to do, as you get all three of them done, hold them up to each other and see what they look like. You want to get them as close to the same as possible. Because again, aerodynamically, if one fin is too thick and the other ones are too thin, it's going to affect the way your rocket flies. So you want to get them as closely sanded as possible. So if you see that one is more rounded than the other, then you need to go back and round off the other ones to make it look like the most rounded one. Because you can't put stuff back on, but you can take stuff off. So you always work to the one that has the most taken off.
Quick question.
Uh-huh.
What if it's sharp instead of, round?
Would it be sharp?
Yeah,
No.
what happens to the rocket if you don't, what you're doing right now?
It can take off some of your altitude. It's just the part with your drag. Remember, we talked about the 4 forces that act on a flight. What are the 4 forces? Okay, I don't hear anybody.
Okay.
What? Thank you.
Weight, drag, lift, thrust.
Thank you. So drag is the part that we are concerned about with our fins. And having the rounded edge allows
So I
the
mean,
air to move across the fin more efficiently. So we want to,
so it just go haywire.
no, it won't go haywire. We'll just lose some of the altitude, that's all. It won't go haywire. Because remember, you're making a stable rocket. And the stability is more on where your weight, your center of gravity, and your center of pressure will be. That's going to determine whether or not it's going haywire. I think I need to round this one a little bit more on the top. Oh, yeah, this one needs a little bit more off the top. Hmm.
Like depending on how far they put the shot put in, the middle is gonna change.
Middle of what? What do you mean?
Are you putting the parachute on the shocker or are you doing it to the?
Well, I was gonna put it on the adapter, because you said you didn't want it on the string.
The thing with the string is you can't do the string one until you put the chocolate on the. Because that middle is gonna change depending on how far you push it in.
Oh, so they didn't do it in the middle, they did a close up to the adapter
On the top. I went from-
in the
we
middle.
went from the middle.
Oh, okay. Nah, I just telling you the video, I was, we'll
Oh,
just,
the written instructions. okay.
yeah, we'll put it on the nose cut. All right, so when you hold up your fins, do they look even? Do they look symmetrical?
Yes.
Yes. All right, so when you're done with that piece, you can move out all of your if your sandpaper is still good, you can leave it on your block. Just put your block back into your toolkit. And you want to get your dust, sawdust. Yeah, and I did that and I still got stuff all over my thingy here. So I am probably gonna need to get some water at some point and clean that up. Manage to make a mess. So you can just get rid of that. You'll need your adapter again and your parachute. This kit took care of preparing the parachute for us, unlike our Princess rocket. So some of you noticed last week that the shroud lines are already on it. Yay. Okay.
Now we have to get them through one simple hole, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, you want to gather them up at the bottom like you did the last time. All three lines, putting your finger through the loop. There's a loop. There's a loop. And there's a loop. Okay, so I've got my finger in all three loops. My lines are twisted, hold on. I like to get my lines as straight as I can, so they aren't tangled and I have the best possible opportunity for the parachute to open the way it needs to open. But when you grab your loops, yeah, I saved my paper clip. I don't know if some of you want to use the paper clip trick that we used before. Some of you, this hole is a little bit bigger, so it might be easier just to put them through. The hole right next to where you tied the shot cord. All three of them in, and my finger is back in that loop.
So wait, so we have to put all the three,
Put the three strings in together,
have them together.
and then open your three loops up like this. You'll put your parachute through the loop.
No, I'm saying, how do you get through the hole?
Oh, you just,
Is
thread
where the
it
shot,
through.
is where the shot cord is?
Yes. The hole on the adapter, hole in the adapter. I just pushed them through. When I pulled it through, I then opened it up so that I have all three loops on my fingers. These are the three loops. I'm just going to grab my parachute through those loops, pull the loop over, and when I pull the parachute up, the loop gets smaller and it closes down on here.
You
So
want
that-
us to put the parachute inside the loop?
Yes. If your loop is open on your hands like this, you just put the parachute in your hand and then pull the loop over. And when you pull the parachute up, the loops close down and it closes on here.
Okay, I'm confused.
Okay, I got it down.
Okay, who's confused?
Brian,
Okay, Brian, put yours up to the thing so I can see what you're doing. Hold on,
alright,
because,
so I have, give me a second, I gotta get the 3 loops back. Give me 1 second. So,
okay, your 3 loops are where? I can't,
this is, I have I have 3 loops in one hand right here.
okay,
And then, and you're telling me to put this in
through the loops.
through the loops.
And now pull the parachute up and the loop should close. Pull the parachute up.
Yep,
and
got
the
it.
loop Get smaller. There you go.
Thank you.
Everybody else good?
No, I need, I'm trying to
Okay,
get
who's that?
Shad.
Okay, hold it up. Let me see what you got.
I need more time, please.
You need what?
Time, please.
Oh, okay. But you know how to do it. You just need time. Okay.
So we put,
You need direction or you need time?
that's right.
Time.
Okay. Everybody else good? I have to scroll through because everybody can't show up on my screen at the same time. I see a thumbs up from Peyton. Cavell, how's it going? Are you good?
Coach Robin,
Yes?
so we have to take our parachute and put it through the loop?
Who's talking? Hold on. Is that Mariah?
Yeah.
All right, let me pull you up so I can see. When you put the 3 loops in the hole next to your shot cord, feed those through the hole.
Then I pull it through.
Yeah, put those through the hole first.
Okay. And then I knot it.
We're not gonna knot it.
We're just gonna pull it. So we
Yeah, you're gonna pull it through.
Okay, got it. You gotta put the little thing.
All right, Miss Houston,
Mm-hmm.
Take this.
Oh, so you put the parachute through here?
Yes. And then when you pull it up, your loop should get smaller. There you go. Looks good, Steven.
Coach
Uh-huh.
Rob.
Yes. Who's
I typed
talking?
something in- Brian, I typed something in the chat directly to you.
Uh-oh, okay, hold on, because I didn't have my chat pulled up, but we end at 1 o'clock.
Okay.
Okay, did it go through, Mariah? You good? All right, is everybody at the same place? Do we all have a parachute that is connected to the adapter?
Yes.
I see thumbs up. I heard 1 yes, another thumbs up,
Yes.
another thumbs up, another yes. Very good, cool. All right, so technically, you have all of the prep work that needs to happen for your rocket. The next time we meet, we're going to start gluing. I don't know if all of you heard, because some of you aren't students in Prince George's County Public School, but yesterday it was decided that children will learn virtually at least until the Tuesday after Martin Luther King's birthday. Right now, I don't know what that means for us on Saturday mornings, but more than likely that first Saturday we would have been back at CMIT, we probably will be virtual, just because students aren't going to be in buildings the rest of the week either. The challenge we had when we did our build, the first rocket online, when we were gluing stuff, it's real hard for me to see sometimes what you're doing. So I will resend the video. I made a video of myself putting together the green egg rocket. Do not glue your rocket yet, but you need to go back and take a look at that video. Watch it a couple of times so that you can do it in your sleep. So that if we do have to put it together on January 3rd virtually, you will already have an idea of what the process looks like, what you need to be doing and how it should look and how it should go. But we will put it together, either virtually or in person. Any questions about the rocket? If not, I need to talk about Open Rocket because I did not get the screenshot from everybody. And a couple of people who did give me their screenshot didn't finish the project or the rocket wasn't stable. So I'm going to suggest over Christmas break, you take a look at that video again from Coach Kevin and I did. And Brian did remind me it was an hour long. It's almost an hour. Yes, it's 50 minutes because we wanted to make sure you understand how to use the software.
And I can't, for some reason, I cannot get
You can't?
I can't get the Rocket app on this computer for some reason because I downloaded it and it didn't show up, but it's on my mom's computer.
Yeah, it only works on a couple of the operating systems. It won't work on a Chromebook, but if you have an Apple, I think you can do it on Macs, you can do it on Linux, you can do it on Windows. But the point is, for those of you who did not get a chance to do all of your measurements, you now have your entire rocket.
Where
You
are you
also have the chart that I sent to you last week in an email. It was either Sunday or Monday. Pull up that email. I gave you a chart with all of the numbers that you need to put into the simulator. And you should get a rocket. It looks like your green egg rocket. It should be stable. Okay. If you've already done the measurements or you want to do the measurements yourself, that's fine. I just need to make sure you know how to use the software. You save the project that you did, because when you do your scratch build, you will actually be using the design that you have of your green egg to modify. So if you don't have your green egg rocket in your simulator, you will not have anything to modify. If you don't have a modified design, you will not get a rocket kit to build your scratch build. Okay, because you just can't start cutting stuff willy-nilly and you don't know if it's going to be stable. Everybody got that? To move on to the
Yes,
next
ma'am.
step, I need to see your design in Open Rocket. If you have challenges using Open Rocket, after you've tried using the numbers on the chart I gave you, after you have rewatched the video, send me an email and I will meet with you on Zoom to go over how to use your simulator and how to put your numbers in. Everybody clear?
Yeah, so
Mhm.
if there is, what if there is a problem with the simulator?
A problem with the simulator or a problem with your devices not being able to run it?
The simulator. The simulator, there we go.
Try to uninstall it and reinstall it and see if that fixes the issue.
Okay.
Any questions for me about the rocket simulator, or anything else?
No.
Okay. Oh, give them their bags. In your bags, I just wanted to say, I appreciate you all. I have gotten to become really fond of you all, working with you the last couple of months. And I just wanted to celebrate with you to say thank you for spending your Saturday mornings with me, going through the tasks that I've been asking you to do. In your treat bag, there are a couple of things. I might have to explain what they are. The rocket itself is a little Christmas tree ornament rocket, because you are now rocket scientists. Woohoo! Inside the little mailbox there's a thing called toe warmers. Do not open that package, because once you open it, it's going to activate the warming agent in it. And you are going to need that because our next launch is scheduled for January, and it might be a little chilly outside. So
Yeah.
you open up the little pack and you can either put it in your shoe to keep your toes warm, or put them in your pockets, and you can put your hands in your pocket to keep those warm. There's also
hot-
a thing of hot chocolate in there. The hot chocolate you can put in a thermos, and then, you know, instead of drinking iced tea when it's 30 below zero outside, you can just
Drink
sip
it.
on your hot chocolate and stay warm. You also are gifted an extra motor so that you can do some extra flying, because I'm believing these rockets are going to go up and they're going to come back successfully multiple times, so we can do extra rockets. Trying to think, was that all that was in there? I think so. All righty, so that's your kit. You'll need to put your toe warmers in your toolbox so that you know where they are when we head out to the field. If you have a Christmas tree up in your home, you can put your rocket on it, your little ornament, or
Oh,
that can
this
go
is-
on your
I
shelf.
was so confused why. Like, okay, so this has to be. Now I was thinking of an idea of putting the rocket on the fan, and it can the stability can run and run and run.
Ah, you know what? I didn't check to see if it was stable or not. I was just calling it decoration, but that would be a cool experiment. Let me know if it's stable.
Okay.
And how do we know it's stable? Because the center of gravity is where?
In the middle.
Oh,
Well, it depends. It depends on where it is.
it depends on where it is. Where is it in relation to the center of pressure?
Above.
It's above, absolutely. Y'all are working it, rocket science for sure. If not, you guys can greet each other. Oh, let me stop and put myself here regular, hold on. We have a few minutes before we actually close out. If anybody wanted to say